guys, and welcome to another video. So in today's video we have a little bit of news, a little bit of transfer news, and it's going to be quite an interesting one because a few people have come to me and surprisingly said that they would like to see this happen or they wouldn't begrudge it happening, and I'm kind of on that sort of side as well. Now, what am I talking about? So over the last couple of days, a few different outlets, The Sun being one of them, so, you know, I barely trust anything The Sun says, but there has been a couple of different outlets that have ran with the same story. Now, it is surrounding our number one goalkeeper, Anthony Patterson. Now, it just happens that, of course, in the last video, I think I had a bit of a rant about Anthony Patterson towards the end of it. Not necessarily a negative rant about him. I was obviously just saying that with Anthony Patterson, I like the lad. I think he's a great goalkeeper, a good goalkeeper for the time being. I think he's a good goalkeeper with plenty of potential. I don't see, as of right now, the sort of finished product, amazing goalkeeper that so many do. And I understand that they're supporting the lad, but if we're being completely honest, he isn't the perfect goalkeeper right now. I just wanted to keep a bit of a level head, you know, with Anthony Patterson. He's a good goalkeeper with plenty of potential, but there's still, you know, plenty of, room for improvement in terms of Patterson. He isn't the amazing goalkeeper that some people say at the minute. If that makes sense. That's just my opinion anyway. You know, because I was just seeing that, you know, some people, if they literally just say, yeah, he's a good goalkeeper, they kind of, you know, they're brought down or they're having a bit of a dig at them purely because they're not saying they're amazing, and that means you hate Anthony Patterson. It means you think he's shit, when in reality you just think he's all right. Do you know what I mean? Which is where I fall. I don't think he's a bad goalkeeper whatsoever. He's a good goalkeeper with plenty of potential. That's it. So, what is the rumour? The rumour is that Leicester City are after him. Now, the deal is rumoured to be Iverson, swap deal for Anthony Patterson, potentially with add-ons as well, with money added on. Now, if it was just a straight swap for Iverson, who I'm going to get onto, by the way, if that was the case, I wouldn't be particularly happy because I want to see Anthony Patterson stay. I want him to grow with us, of course I do. But if it was to happen, I don't think we could find a much better goalkeeper to replace him with than Iverson, so I wouldn't begrudge it totally. However, the ideal scenario is if Anthony Patterson wants to go to a team like Leicester, who is absolutely going to catch his eye, I would understand 1000% why Anthony Patterson, as a young English goalkeeper, would like to go up to the Premier League for one. Yes, he probably won't get the game time he wants at all at Leicester, but I can see why he would want to go. The money will be there, Premier League club, do you know what I mean? I can understand why I would want to go. But the ideal scenario for me would be Anthony Patterson would go there, we'd get Iverson in return, and then also maybe a couple of million. I think that would be a brilliant deal, personally. I think it would be an excellent deal. In an ideal scenario, in an ideal world, we would not get rid of Patterson. I don't want to get rid of Patterson. That's not what I'm saying at all. And again, it would be very, very interesting to see what you guys think in the comments. Because as I say, I was actually quite surprised to see quite a few people actually say it wouldn't be a terrible deal if we got a little bit of money and then Iverson in return. Because we're going to get onto Iverson now. So Iverson is currently their number two, Leicester's number two pretty much. He's played a couple of times in the League Cup this season for Leicester. You know, he's a big lad, 6'2", 6'3". I think he is 6'2", which is actually my height, by the way, for those of you wondering, which I know that you're not. Just a random fact of the day there, I'm 6'2". Iverson is a very, very good goalkeeper. Yes, he's currently on the bench in the Premier League, which it's difficult for a goalkeeper, innit? Because if you're number two, particularly in a club like Leicester, a Premier League club, you're not getting the game time there, but it is a very important role that a number two, a goalkeeper's number two. But he's, 25, 26 now? He's only sort of 3 years older than Patterson, so it's not like we'd be getting an incredibly ageing goalkeeper in return, but we would be getting an experienced keeper, and a very good one at that, because yes, he's been sitting on the bench for Leicester this season for the majority, but the season prior he went out on loan to Preston, where he's got 40 plus appearances. He was absolutely outstanding. I think like 15, 16 clean sheets. He was absolutely outstanding from what I'd seen of him. You know, again, big lad, great aerial ability in claiming the ball, good reflexes. His commanding, his sort of communication, the way he commands his area, is really, really good. So again, it wouldn't be the absolute end of the world for me. If we just simply sold off Pato for what, 4 or 5 million, I wouldn't be particularly happy. But if it was a deal where we got someone who's championship experienced, a very good goalkeeper at that, and still at a young age for a goalkeeper, I don't think I would complain too much. I'd be very sad to see Patterson go, but I would understand it. So that is pretty much the big sort of talking point of the day. So again, as I say, let me know in the comments down below how you feel about that. You know, again, it's all rumours. It's just, you know, with it being the international break, there isn't a massive amount going on. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. But also, one more piece of news, and it is a negative piece of news. So Northern Ireland did play last night, and of course, Ballard was called up, as was Troy Hume. Troy Hume was on the bench last night for Northern Ireland. Ballard started. Now, I think it was just after half-time, or maybe even at half-time, Ballard was feeling a bit of a niggle, and he's come off injured, unfortunately. So everyone thought the worst, because every week we seem to be getting a new frigging injury. Ballard's already been injured long term this season. So, you know, everyone was buzzing for him to go to get called up for Northern Ireland. Of course, that's what you want. You want to see your players being recognised. It's nice for that to happen for them. He's a young lad. But it looks like it's a hammy issue. He did have an interview. He did take the interview after the game. He was asked how he feels about his injury and what have you. It doesn't seem too serious, but he could feel it niggling, so felt he had to come off, and he will get a scan in a few days, and hopefully we'll be playing again very soon. So what does that mean? If it's a hammy, if it's pulled his hammy, he's not playing this week against Burnley on Friday for me, and it's so frustrating given the injuries we have, the catalogue of injuries we have at the moment at the club. It's incredibly frustrating. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a niggle or a dead leg or something. Do you know what I mean? Where it can come back in a couple of days, something like that after a couple of days rest. But if it is a hamstring issue, we could be in trouble, and we could be seeing a partnership of maybe Danny Bart and 09 at the back against Burnley on Friday, which, you know, it's not ideal. And I've seen quite a few people online actually take the piss out of that back line, which, you know, Burnley, they're an incredible side, fantastic for the Championship, you know, they're really, really well run. And I think they could easily ruin us, regardless of whether we have Ballard with Danny Bart at the back or 09 with Ballard at the back. But people seem to forget, you know, 09 for a large portion of the season, he kept Ballard out of that back four alongside Danny Bart, and obviously Ballard got injured anyway. But so it was really difficult for Ballard to get back in, because 09 was very, very good. A lot of people forget that. I know that he's been filling in recently at left back and wherever else 09, which is what he does, is Mr. Versatility. But he is a very, very good centre-back at this moment in time. He's a miles better centre-back than he is a central midfielder, which is supposed to be his natural position. So it won't be the absolute end of the world, but yes, of course, you would preferably like to see someone like Danny Ballard on your team sheet. So we'll have to see about that. But there we go, guys. Again, it's just a little video, just a bit of an update for you guys. Like I said, what do you think about the potential deal of Patterson heading over to Leicester with Iverson returning, and of course the injury of Dan Ballard, which again we don't have any clarification on that as of yet as to how bad it could be. But would you be happy with 09 and Bart at the back, or would you go somewhere else? Hopefully Sirkin will be fit as well, because of course Alessi's injured, who's been playing left back. So we'll see, guys. Let me know about everything we discussed in this video down below. If you have enjoyed, please hit the like button for me. It's so appreciated. And subscribe if you are new to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, take care and stay jammy.